Give it just 2 seconds.
Hey Google, turn all lights dark blue.
Did you do a recap for last week?
No, we did not.
Not yet.
Felt bad. He didn't want to like rub it in again.
Wait,
so.
no, no, I absolutely did in the chat.
Did you?
Did you?
I absolutely did.
So see, just wait a moment and it will appear. Just like for some reason it just didn't.
No, I'm literally copying. I don't actually. No, I don't.
No, you don't have to. I think I
June
see it.
June 16th.
It in above, yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
So, but once again, for the rest of you, as the party ventured down into the foundations of the church, trying to investigate, find any other items, weapons, gold, anything else while investigating these ruins. Instead, they came across a massive basilisk. No arms, no legs, just a gigantic serpent moving through the tunnels. But the party came up with a solid plan in order to make this basilisk see its own reflection, use its stone gaze, and petrify itself, and to find out anything else they could in these ruins. But instead, they found 2 more basilisks as they came out of the opposite tunnels. And a great fight began, with the party constantly fighting back and forth, trying to just stay alive, unsure if they should stand their ground and fight or retreat. But eventually, they managed to fell one of the snakes. And just before the other one passed as well, its stone gaze met the eyes of both Ruslem and Singorn. Singorn was able to shake off the final petrifying effects, but Ruslem was not. And the party then stood there helpless as their friend, the massive bugbear, turned to stone before their eyes, rendered unmoving, a final look of shock and fury upon his face. The now 4 of you, sorry, yes there, Min?
No, you finished. It's all good.
The now 4 of you stand there in the ruin. You had attempted a mixture of basilisk blood and a healing potion to cascade over the stone body of Ruslem, but it did not appear to have any effect. You stand there in the room with one completely petrified basilisk, one very broken down, almost molded from the necrotic damage that was delivered to kill it, and the third well intact. So, as the 4 of you sit there, in shock, in tears, in awe of what has happened, what is your next move?
I'd like to try and speak telepathically with Ruslem.
Okay.
That's what my hand up was. I just thought of this now. It doesn't seem to say anywhere that he's unconscious. It says he's incapacitated and petrified, but neither one of those prevents him from thinking. So I'm not sure. It's your petrification rules for the world. I have no idea.
You can certainly try to. As you try to make your psychic link with him, Min.
Yeah.
A literal wall comes back. There is no connection back to him.
Cool. Thank you.
And just what we discussed before with some of the other, for all intents and purposes, Ruslem is now an object.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I figured because of that ruling that would be the case. But
Nope, that is an excellent thing to check.
Well, Aster would suggest, knowing that Flex is the strongest. I know we mentioned this sort of out of character, your carrying capacity, but Aster would ask Flex if he would be able to carry him up the stairs and get him to a place that we consider slightly more safe.
We can try.
Well, I think we gotta pull him up first. It's quite a long ways to the stairs now. We have to get him out of here.
By yourself, Flex, you cannot move him.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Yeah,
He's
I know,
trying.
but yes.
Aster is not incredibly strong, but he is, he's got that Furbolg, quote-unquote, large size. If Aster and Flex... Well, here, I'll try and help. I don't know if I'll be able to do much, but let me lend my hand. Try to pull together.
What is your... Sorry, once again, Flex, what is the maximum that you can carry yourself?
Right now, without being giant, because that would have worn off. 540. I can.
540 pounds?
Yeah.
That was like 1,500 or something like that. Stupid. Oh no, lift. Sorry, I was thinking of drag.
Yeah, I can do double that dragon.
Yeah.
He weighs close to a ton right now.
Which is...
That would be just under 2,000 pounds.
Okay.
I could lift him for a minute if somehow my carrying capacity doubled and I became a giant. That's about it.
I too could get him out of here possibly in the tomorrow, but I can't think of anything right now.
I tapped for magic, at least for the time. To be able to bolster your strength, I would need a rest as well. Reattune and refresh my bond with the skies.
Just to be clear, lifting is 10 times our strength score?
Just double, I think.
No, it'd be more than that. I can lift more than 20 pounds.
Your carrying capacity is your strength multiplied by 15.
So I 15? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, and then it's double
That.
that for drag, push,
Yeah.
etc.
Okay, so yeah, so I can lift 150 pounds.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I can do it. My proficiency score a day, I can get big.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you can do it twice then.
yeah, but still doesn't. I'm still half.
Well, if you get as big as you just were, I don't think you'll fit. Would you fit through the walkway?
How big are you, Flex? When you...
16 feet when I get big.
You would have to duck down in order to actually make it up the stairs.
Yeah, and would he be able to lift as much in a crouched position?
I mean, we just need to get him up the stair,
Yeah.
and then we could pull.
That being said,
The stairs are also, if you remember, you are currently missing the first 15 feet of stairs.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to figure out right now. We'd have to lift him the entire way up. After that, we could possibly drag, but
well, in terms of dragon, if I get a rest, I could turn into some big beast of burden and hopefully be able to pull quite mightily, but I can't do it now, and I don't know if dragging him's quite safe. We don't want to lose bits as part of the process.
My worry is that of all of us, it seems to be one of the heavy boys, unfortunately, that has to get turned. If we move him, I fear by accident, we could easily shatter it, despite its imposing weight. He, unfortunately, like these other statues here, will not be moving anytime soon. So maybe we should gather our forces, reset ourselves, essentially, and with a fresher mind, maybe we'll be able to attack this, find a way, get him out. I have a few ideas I want to try.
Right. It's only... what is it? Is it like
I think it's like supper time.
two?
No, because we had a short rest, remember? It was like an hour, and I think it was already like 3 o'clock because we.
So
entered quite late.
you're wondering what time it is right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's roughly 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Singorn's going to essentially... He is going towards the basilisk that turned Ruslem into stone. And he's going to try to scoop one of the eyes out.
I think that's the one that you murdered with necrotic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it fell apart. The other one has there's one basilisk that is usable in that sense.
There is still
eyes.
The eyes still would remain. The creature itself, the flesh, the scales of the one you had used your Toll of the Dead to finish off, the scales are mostly peeling off, and most of those have chipped, and there is a pus coming from the body itself. The eyes do still remain, an almost greenish pus oozing from the eyelids right now.
Okay, I will manage to scoop one out.
Make a survival roll for me, please.
Okay. Survival, you said.
If you would like a hand, Aster can guide you, but...
Sure, but I'm gone ahead. I got a 14 on the die. My survival's +4, actually, so that would be 18. Would you give me guidance, and nay? Would you accept it, Sean?
Yeah. Oh, well,
Of course I would accept. Of course I'd accept it
Okay.
if that's what.
Okay. Do you give me?
Yeah, no, if Singorn would request, Aster's kind of lost in
Sure.
thought right now. So you would need like a...
Get +3, so that's 21.
Sorry, how much total?
21 in total. I got a 3 was the D4.
Okay. It doesn't take you too long. What are you trying to use to scoop the eyeball out there?
We got you. Do you have any metal spoons? We got wooden ones, but I don't think those are the best scooping things.
Or a dagger.
Actually don't know. I would use any any metallic things I could use to scoop it, essentially.
Such as?
Do you have a mess kit?
Yeah. I should have a spoon in there, I suppose, then, yeah?
A
That what a mess
basic,
kit is for food, right? I think.
A simple, like, tablespoon type of wouldn't be enough to scoop this out by itself. These eyes are probably about...
Oh, they're big. Okay.
Oh, wait, how big? Wait, sorry, just what?
They are probably about
Okay.
triple the size of a human eye.
Okay, that's fine, that's understandable.
We already took the head off of one of them, dude.
Yeah. You've got a dagger or something that you can just hack apart, like
I suppose, yeah.
socket or something.
Can I, yeah, I'll just borrow a dagger and just do that, then I'll use a dagger, I suppose, to try to get it out?
I mean, we do have 2 curved short swords now. Maybe those are the right shape.
Not quite curved enough.
I didn't think so. Yeah. I'll use a dagger, I suppose, to try to scoop it out. I want to try to have it intact, essentially.
And with your 21, it's messy work, but you are able to essentially reach in, pressing your hand upon the eye, and using your knife, you're able to hack off the retina, the optic nerve that ties it to the back of the skull.
Mhm.
And with a final twist, you're able to pull this eye. A slightly blue, not glowing anymore, but just a blue eyeball with a black iris in the center, which fits
Perfect.
in the center of your palm quite nicely.
So you said blue with a black iris, is that right?
Yes.
Is the iris cat-like? Is it a dot? How is it?
It is almost draconic in nature, so
Okay.
it's almost feline-esque with a very sharp, noticeable, almost diamond shape to the top and bottom of the eye.
Perfect. Okay, I got one of those.
And where are you going to be storing that?
I'm going to use a cloth, and I'm going to store it in my equipment, making sure it's in a safe between like sheets of metal that I have already.
Okay.
And I'm going to once I've done with the eye, Singorn's going to continue towards the teeth. He's going to find some of the smaller teeth that, well, because it's pretty huge size, the ones that would look more like daggers for us or something sharp. And if I can collect, I'd like to test it out and see if it's able to easily dig into the stone.
Using your same teeth, using your same roll, you are able to harvest a few more teeth there. You pull one of its incisors, a good 6 inches long.
Okay.
What stone are you trying to dig it into?
Any stone, really. Anything. I want to see, is this what he's able to use to dig through the earth? Is this how he's been digging through? How has he been able to make the tunnels and whatnot? Is it able to dig into essentially, if I was falling, if I were to use that teeth to try to dig it like a pit against a mountain, would I be able to, would it stick or would it break, shatter, is the idea?
Sure. Upon a few tests, the tooth itself does look fairly durable. Just the actual action of digging, scratching it against the stone, you are able to make a bit of an impact. In terms of just what you would know and see from this, it doesn't seem likely that it dug these entire tunnels by biting and digging with its mouth. They do look sharp and likely, at least assisted in that endeavor, but it doesn't appear that these tunnels could have been dug entirely just from its mouth or its teeth.
Okay. How many did I collect of those?
You can collect 5.
5? Okay. Thank you. 5 vessels teeth. All right.
The rest of you, as Singorn is going about his business, trying to salvage what he can from this carcass, what are the rest of you doing?
Aster would join him and attempt to collect anything else from the corpse that could be tried upon the statue. Saliva, maybe have Singorn attempt to gather some poison, but that might need to wait until tomorrow when people are a little more hale. Or if we've had a brief rest for Aster to get a little bit of magic back.
Yes. Now, and sorry, I maybe didn't clarify this, Singorn. The teeth you would be collecting, you would be. Never mind. Ignore me there. Certainly. So, as you help there, Aster, between both of them, both the more necrotic and the other remaining basilisk carcass, you can harvest a couple vials of saliva, some scales if you wish to, just to peel off a few patches of scales. If you aren't going to spend too much time trying to actually skin them, but just to pull off some, as well as a couple claws from its not claws, as well as a few of spikes from its actual torso, the long jagged spikes that ran along its torso from head to tail.
Wonder if those are poisoned or something. Perhaps you could crack one of those spines open with your hammer, Singorn.
Yeah.
Swing.
Your hammer swings, hitting the spike, and as it does, it meets with a loud impact, and pulling away, the spike remains completely intact.
Just curiosity, we tried some concoction at the end of last session.
Yes,
Was there holy water in it?
There was not holy water in it.
it was a mixture of blood, any additional kind of healing herbs that Aster may have had on him, and a healing potion.
And a ruby.
And the crushed up ruby.
And there was one other thing I can't recall. And a little bit of Aster's stone fur as well, for good measure. Or Ruslem stone.
Ruslems.
Is there any holy water left on the floor from the trap if I go upstairs?
The ground is damp. It would be nothing to really gather together. Just the ground would be damp, not in a big puddle, just spread out, and you would have to almost suck it up in order to gather.
Were we to powder 250 silver pieces or so, I'm sure Singorn or I could bless some water. If Min makes that known.
I believe we need silver if we wish to be able to bless it. Dusted silver was the water.
Yeah, 250 silver pieces or so.
If we could find that in the city, maybe.
I'm not leaving him here.
I understand. We must first rest and see what we can do.
Right. We might have to for the time. There will be folk in Bargordum who've tussled with these creatures before.
Flex, what are you doing through all of this?
I took the head that I ripped off and I go up the stairs.
And you ripped off the head of the necrotic one, correct?
No, the other one.
Intact.
That was the one that you were harvesting the eye from, I thought. No, never mind.
No,
that was
he
the
was-
product.
I killed the one that looked
Yeah.
at Ruslem. Well, I was taking care of the one that was looking at Ruslem.
Yep.
And yes, you would be able to. I think we had gone through this last session, but you would be able to fully decapitate it. It would take some time, just the toughness of the scales. You would really have to gouge and hack and carve in order to fully get the head off of the basilisk.
Yeah, I used the stone sharp thing in the last one. Well,
Okay.
from the first one. So once that's off, I take it and I go up the stairs.
Aster would like to just kind of working through the options he has at hand. He's going to anoint some of the other statues, like some of the smaller ones, with some of the things, saliva, and just some straight up blood, and see if that makes any difference. That sort of thing.
Sorry, to anoint Ruslem with.
No, some of the other miscellaneous statues. Just in case, like, their saliva dissolves stone rather than
Sure.
that. Same with their poison and stuff, but maybe we harvest the poison not at this moment. Exactly.
All right. So, as you harvest the saliva, being very careful, I assume,
Mm-hmm.
testing it on some of the other statues, placing it upon them, you do hear a bit of a hiss from the saliva as it drips onto them. Nothing that appears to fully eat away. As you investigate the spot afterwards, the stone there maybe seems a little smoother, almost like maybe a very top layer has eroded from the saliva.
Aster would like mix some of that with the blood, and then sort of again going through his like his mind and how like all these objects are connected. Like, this might not actually make a difference, but for flavor at least, like, we'll mix that in like a small bowl with like a scale as the stirrer, and just this sort of like this like a scientific process, but with a lot of magic, voodoo, and superstition of just trying these different series of things, as his instincts kind of best guide him.
Sure. I'm going to use. I believe you made like a 21 medicine roll last session to
think it
use
was
some of these.
Kana, or something similar, or like
Yes.
lore and magical rumors and stuff.
Regardless, I'm taking that you had a very high roll here as you continue this this process. Moment. So, you run a series of trials and error here, Aster, from mixing a little bit of scales to blood to saliva. You even take a little bit of residue off of one of the basilisk's eyes, in one case, in order to try to mix as well. And in all these cases, you are going to end up just taking a single poison damage yourself, just from this trial and error mixing the salivas. At one point, you are going to get a little bit on yourself, but the most you're able to do with any of these other test statues is dissolve the top layer of the statue itself.
And is this is before testing with like the poison itself, and just like incidentally exposing to poison?
Sorry, which poison itself?
Like so with the basilisk thingy, they're poison.
Well, the poison itself is secreted both from its teeth, and its saliva.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
Sorry, maybe I didn't make that clear with no.
I assumed it was like, fangs injecty poisony, but
yes. So it's the poison comes from both the fangs as well as the saliva.
Okay.
That's why just from that saliva you took a little bit of poison damage.
Who has the gauntlet? Ruslem or sorry, not Ruslem. Flex or Singor?
I do.
Flex had it.
Still's holding it.
Were you holding it or do you have it on? You have it on, don't you?
I have it on.
Cool. I mean, for the rest of the foreseeable future, Min will just go upstairs and hang out in the old chapel. Just sitting on a bench, looking at the altar.
Is everybody willing?
Okay.
Is everybody willing to take an hour here or so to rest? I know it sucks.
Are we
but
all
need to
upstairs?
get-
I'm so sorry, I didn't follow that part.
Well,
we
like after
join
we'll like
the-
sort of make his way up the stairs and ask, like, make sure. I mean, if people are upstairs chilling, Aster's just gonna assume they're gonna take a rest anyway. So Aster will sit down here, keep an eye out, and just
Okay.
take a short rest, I guess.
All right. So, Min, you work your way up the stairs, climbing back up towards where the altar of Tyr was to rest. Collecting yourself, breathing a bit of a sigh to relax for a moment, collect yourself. You do notice there is something carved into the wall on the side of the altar.
Okay.
A simple word, city.
Have I seen Flex when I came upstairs?
No.
Does this look like Flex's handwriting?
It's carved into the wall. It doesn't really look like anybody's handwriting in particular. It's crude, likely drawn with some piece of stone or rock, or perhaps a blade itself.
Curiosity-wise, with Aster's crazy passive perception, would we have heard like creaks in the shifty floor above us if Flex were to have left? Because it seems like he's left.
The stone ahead is fairly thick for the most part. You would not be able to hear from down the.
No, like if Flex were to leave, he'd have to go through the treacherous hallway where his foot fell through, because it was treacherous.
My foot didn't fall through.
Sorry, someone's foot fell through.
Muslims.
Yes. He would have had to have rolled a fairly high stealth roll for you to not have heard him with your passive perception.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I was just curious. I'll go back and shut down the hallway that either there's ghosts or Flex learned how to write. No, I wouldn't say that. Or Flex left us a message. You guys want to come up and take a look? I don't think Ruslem's going anywhere.
Is there loose earth down here?
Loose earth in which way?
Like mold earthable. Like I can't move stone, but if there's dirt and like gravel, I can move it.
In the foundation itself, no. In the tunnels, there would be.
Oh, Aster will move up for now, but he does want to, at least temporarily, and not like heavily, but just like build a gentle mound around Ruslem. Just so that, if somebody does stop through, I don't know, it's less likely they accidentally knock over the statue.
Yeah, you're just something just to kind of suspend or hold up the base. It's a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, if that's near like the tunnels, it'd take like a minute or two to do that. So Aster will head up. Singorn, you coming?
Yeah, of course. Good thought to give him at least some kind of protection for now. I swear, we will get him back.
If we head up the stairs into the temple room, does this look new?
Does what look new?
The carving.
Yes, it does. You certainly, this was not there before. Like, you've been in this room, you have inspected every inch and cranny of this altar. You know this room very well. This is brand new.
Well, is it magical or is it from?
It appears physically carved into the wall. Not enough to like dig like a hole in, but I mean, if you were to take a rock and run it against another stone, it would leave enough of a scratch, a white line visible too.
Flex, are you coming? Astral pseudo shout.
No, I think Flex is gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
I think he went to the city, or he's been killed by one of the rocks and one of those snaky things, the small ones, and taken away. And the snake wrote this because it's super smart, or the god wrote this, or a ghost wrote this. But I'm leaning on Flex went to the city.
His mind is clouded with this anger right now.
We don't really have a way to know unless we make it outside and check to see if there's fresh tracks in the soil.
Or maybe like blood. Aww.
Or that, who I suppose. Does it look like there's a blood trail leaking from a recently beheaded basilisk onto the
There would be.
Craigley staircase?
That was so precious.
At least several different splatters of blood. Not a full, continuously bleeding, but you would be able to, Aster, notice some blood specks on the floor leading out of the altar room and back towards the entrance once more.
Josh's daughter just came and gave him a kiss. So cute.
Well, if we're... He looked really fucked up when he left, right?
Flex?
Yeah.
I would say, Flex, if you could help out us one more. You when you had left the party, you looked fairly injured still, correct?
Yeah, no, it was a fucking mess.
Yeah, you were actually...
No, physically a mess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't want to cross the hallway until we'd had a chance to rest and maybe try to fix Ruslem a few more times, but I suppose we should try to follow him and accept that if anything comes upon us, we all just die.
I'm okay. You guys maybe just stay behind me a ways, and if there's battle to be had, maybe they'll just capture me and I can escape, or I can deal with it. At the very least, if you're close to falling, don't get involved.
Aster still has like a great not open, but great gaping like scar across his chest where he was bit by the thing. Singorn, I believe you're still completely fucked.
Yep.
Sigmund's got like 1 HP, right?
Alright. You're
I have these potions. You could each drink one. If you think that would be a good idea.
perhaps.
Actually,
but
no, I don't. I gave one to Flex. I only got 1 potion left.
at the very least, we should make our way across the floor first, because a fall from that, I really don't relish right now.
Well,
I
Flex.
am not traveling in this condition right here. I would rather just check, make sure he's nearby. If he collapsed, maybe further ahead.
Do you want to?
We cannot go out. Well, I cannot go out here.
If we don't travel now, and something comes upon him, he's just dead.
Singorn, if you want, you could stay behind and watch over Ruslem.
I'll do that.
I do have 2 because I believe I used a good berry to pick up Flex because I took a good berry to pick up Singorn, but you picked up Singorn. Memory wise.
You're gonna take the chance, take an hour to get a rest, Singorn?
I'm gonna wait here for now, yes.
Okay.
I cannot travel in this condition.
Aster has 3 remaining good berries, and he will offer you tentatively, like reluctantly, like I could give you any of these.
I just need rest right now.
Alright.
Sorry, this computer doesn't have tashers on it. I'm trying to find if there's a range on my telepathy.
It's the roguey subclass.
Psychic whispers.
1 or more creatures you can see.
No, that's when I cast it. You have to be within 1 mile. So I could go a mile ahead of you and still communicate.
All right. I suppose. Well, you might be.
I won't fight anything. If something comes at me, I'll just run away. But maybe you 2 wait for an hour if that's the idea, and I'll go see if I can find Flex. Make sure he's heading to the city. Deanna, how far from the city do we think we are?
You know, you're a little over a day and a half, roughly.
Fuck.
All right. Well, if we wait an hour, I can turn into something quite fast.
And dwarves are natural sprinters, so you can probably catch up.
Not made for long distances, though.
What you said, exactly. But right now, I'm unable to move much anymore.
All right.
Let alone pray.
Men don't go far beyond a mile. See if
Let's
you can
make sure
find
he's at least at the front, if ever.
We'll finish binding our wounds and praying.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go out searching for Flex. Min would have an idea that she can run a mile in like 7 minutes, but she's a lot faster now. But I don't think she's going to be running as fast because she's going to keep an eye out, trying to look for Flex. Or track him. I got to track him, I guess, right? I got to try and track his tracks.
Okay, so you make your way outside of the ruins, back out of the large window to the caverns, the crags above you. You do see a little bit of blood on the windowsill of this as you make your way out.
How long did he leave before we left?
At least 10 minutes.
Okay.
Roughly 10 minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
look for tracks.
Make a survival roll for me, please.
Well, that's not gonna be. There's not a lot of bonuses there. 13.
Okay. Using your 13, you start to make your way northeast towards the city where you assume right now that Flex may have been heading out towards. It looks like he was, at least to some degree, taking the path of least resistance based on the little bit of blood splatters that you were able to catch up and keep track of.
Okay. If he's got like a direction that's kind of straight, or like maybe it's following like the valleys of all the hills, I'm gonna just start sprinting for about like 5 minutes, and then see if I can find his tracks again. In a
What's your
recent area.
what's
Too
your
late.
dash?
How high? These are foothills, right? They're fucking high as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up a hill and then look down and see if I can spot him in the direction that the tracks are going. My dash speed as a rogue is 121 feet per round.
Okay.
And I'll communicate to Ruslem like notable things. Sorry, not Ruslem. Aster. Notable things like I found his tracks. He definitely left. He looks like he's going towards the city. I'm gonna climb a hill and look for him. And I can communicate with Aster, right? Because the doors are open, like the steel door is open, so I can.
Yeah, there's no.
My magic can mist its way through the gaps.
If you're running out, though, we lose you in like 4 minutes or something sippy.
Yeah. I mean, depends. You know, it doesn't say anything in the spell, like in that ability, about like steel, but I assume it because it's psionic. It's not magic. I don't really know for the future uses.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it needs to be unobstructed, that lead doesn't block it, etc.
Mm-hmm.
After about 5 minutes dashing 120 feet, you're going to try to dash for 5 minutes?
I'm going to the top of the nearest hill. That's on like on the path of what I think he is going.
The nearest hill would be right in front of you, so you'd be able to move up towards that within a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Climbing to the top of the first hill. Looking out, you do not see anything. It's not just hill, then flat, then hill. The amount of a series of hills followed by a little flat, followed by more hills, then crags, then valley. The land is extensive, and it's not flat enough for you to look out. And at least from that first hill, you cannot see. He could very well be over the next hill on the opposite side. And if he was, you wouldn't be able to see him.
All right. Well, I'll tell Aster I'm going to go one more hill over, just and try one more thing. You know, he's carrying that big head, and I'm pretty fast. Maybe he's just on the other horizon, just over the horizon.
Aster we just be careful. We're patching up.
Do you want me to make like an athletics roll for like sprinting for like 10 minutes straight?
Right now, you are technically in a chase.
All right.
Which means what's your con modifier right now, Min?
2, I think. Yeah.
which means over the you can essentially dash for roughly a minute straight. Anything more than that, you are going to have to start making rolls to avoid exhaustion.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, like, let's do that. I want to get to that next hilltop.
All right. Can you make 2 con saves for me, please?
Okay. 5 and 7, so 7 and 9.
Okay. You are going to press. You are trying to press forward.
Min's puking as she's gets to the bottom of the hill and she's punching up to go to the next one. Yeah.
But you are going to suffer 2 levels of exhaustion, Min.
Damn, that hurt. Sucks. But do I get to the top of the hill?
You get to the top of the next hill, and in the distance, over the next bank, still hundreds of feet away, but in the daylight, you can see a figure moving 2 hills over lower in the valley.
Is he within a mile? I can see him? Is he within a mile of me?
He's within a mile of you.
Dope. Stop! Into your mind. I'm gonna use my last psionic energy die to try and form a telepathic connection with Flex. He can prevent it if he wishes.
No, it's fine.
Okay. The others aren't ready to move yet.
They can stay
Dangerous out
there
here.
and watch them.
It's dangerous out here at night. You shouldn't be going alone.
It's not nighttime, it's daytime.
Well, yeah, but the city's at least a day away. I mean, you are moving at an impressive pace, but
Exactly, so gotta make a lot of time.
you will have to camp, or you will be traveling through the darkness.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I don't break my previous ones. Am I more than a mile away from the others? Do you want me to roll for it? Because I know this is weird.
I googled it. You run like a 5-minute mile.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Like I'm a fucking athlete.
You would still be within a mile of them.
I found him. He doesn't want to stop. He's going to
You
the city.
effectively dashed at this point about almost 2,000 feet.
Yeah, because I assume he can only go regular speed because he's carrying something heavy, and I can go like triple speed. So that's why I was able to catch up.
At least be within viewing of him.
Yeah, because obviously I haven't caught up, but yeah. Yeah, he it seems like he's just gonna keep going. He's got his mind on it.
While you are there as well, Min, just one.
Yeah.
He is essentially 2 hills over in the next valley.
Yeah.
Past that, above the next hill, you see another group of roughly 5-6 creatures that has been wandering that next hill.
Flex, what are you gonna do in the city? Has Flex stopped moving, or is he still just walking while he's talking?
That is
Walking and
excellent.
talking.
Walking and talking? I guess I will walk and talk if he's... Just my perception, I don't know how long I can keep it going if he keeps moving. But, there's a group of creatures up on the next hill. I can't make them out, man. I could barely see, but there's shapes and they're moving.
Didn't I already pass them, Sean?
At this point, like, it's almost kind of concurrent. Like, you're a hill over, you can see them passing, and you took that second to hide to avoid them.
Perpendicular, kind of? Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, there's those freaky creatures from last night.
They weren't that fast. Do you think you can... I'm assuming you're taking the head because maybe the villagers can help with the head?
That's the hope.
In response to Min's telepathic method, Aster would say, you should let him know that we're having a hard time scavenging saliva from the one here, but at least it was promising in its effects. I don't know if it'll survive the journey.
I'd tell him not to get the saliva. Just be careful of the saliva from its teeth. It was melting the stone. I'm not sure if in a good way or just a acid way, but I don't know. I never liked these stories of the snakes. It scared me.
All the more reason to keep moving, because can't sit here waiting for something to happen.
Could you tell him that an hour perhaps of waiting won't likely change much, and it'll save our lives if we come upon anything in our journey, and thereby Ruslem's life as well?
Are you going to keep on going through the night?
All night.
Memory of Aster. Does Aster turn into any creatures that are rideable? A medium creature?
That's a great question. You probably wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's leveled up to level 4. I'm not sure if that changes things.
You know that he has turned into a panther throughout other of your time together, maybe.
Oh yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Aster, he doesn't want to stop. If I go with him, can you guys follow behind? I don't. If you wait for an hour, you won't be in range. I won't be able to communicate. But I can leave signs of our going.
That'd be good. I can catch up. Just keep him out of danger. He's grievously injured unless he's patched up in some other way.
Yeah, I took my stop being a bitch pills.
Yeah, he took his second wind. It's almost like he looks like he's got a second wind.
It does almost look like he has a second
It almost looks like he's got a second win.
Great. So that second wind restored all 40-odd hit points. No.
Oh, by the way, I am now half speed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was I was about to say, like, you're fucked for the rest of the day.
So I can move. Okay, now question DM.
Yes.
If I only use one of my dashes, do I still have to consider being exhausted from dashing once? Because like in my cunning action, like I'm using my bonus action to dash. Like, I'm not at a full sprint. I'm more at like a jog. Is that okay?
You won't be able to move that full movement. Like there's really no in between to give there. It's you can
No, but like,
move-
like chase mechanics, right?
You can travel at a fast pace in 5e.
No, no, I'm half speed. That's fine. So my base speed is 20. But can I use my cunning action to continue to move 40 feet for the rest of the day without having to do?
Oh, I got you. Yes, absolutely, you can.
Because I'm only using one of my dashes and not both. Like it's
Yes.
It's
Sorry,
not I'm not fucking full tilt.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how fast Flex is moving, but I assume 40 feet will eventually catch up to him.
Right now, it looks like 40 feet may actually keep basically on pace with him if he continues moving at the pace he is moving at, which will, you would assume, may tire him out eventually.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'll let Aster know that I'm gonna go follow Flex and catch up with him. And we're heading towards the city. Be careful, there are mounds about, but just to avoid combat if at all possible.
If we do get an hour to rest, then I guess that will come up. Singorn, are you planning? I've kind of relayed to you what's going on. She's caught up. Do you want to head out, or are you waiting?
And then DM, Hail Mary here. I have a potion that wakes me up, kind of. No, it doesn't. It just makes me happy. Never mind. I was playing it as waking me up. That's why, but it hasn't been it doesn't have any wake up properties. I was wondering if I chugged like 4 of them, could I get level of exhaustion disappeared?
You could certainly try that.
I could certainly try that.
You could certainly try that. All I will say is you from them, you haven't necessarily felt more alert from any of them. You've had a heightened sense of vision from them, and pseudo alertness from that, but
I mean, fuck it. My fucking lungs are burning. I fucking scraped my knees because I fell climbing up the thing. I'm gonna just take one.
just one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drink one, and then say, well, I guess this is life now. And I'm gonna go and start trying to catch up with him, keeping in mind of the other creatures that I saw, and making sure that I try and stay out of vision.
Okay. After about another half an hour, you are going to be able to catch up with Fleck.
Okay.
Finally passing over another hill, avoiding tripping on a nearby crack in the ground. Passing over, you do now see Flex making his way, trudging much slower now, but still continuing forward.
I'm gonna just keep pace with him and be silent unless spoken to. But keeping an eye out on our surroundings, similar to how he was, I assume he is doing.
How tired do you look?
I mean, I'm moving quite sluggishly. It's like I'm dragging my feet.
Sean, how heavy is the head?
The head itself is going to be a couple 100 pounds.
Couple hundred? How much does Min
I'm
weigh?
sorry, Cub, that's actually not a fair. The head itself is going to be closer to 400 pounds.
Okay. How much does Min weigh?
Min, how much roughly do you weigh?
I think we decided 120 pounds, and I have 41 pounds of gear, but that's not on me. That's in another plane. So 130 pounds with clothing and stuff.
I can carry 540. That puts me, like, if you're saying close to 400, or if it's 400, like,
You just
I
got
can
it
carry
if
both.
it's that. Yeah, you just got it if it's that.
What, both Min and the head?
yeah.
You can like drag the head and put me on his shoulder.
No, I can, like, it's strapped to my back with the rope I have. I could literally just lift you up, put you on my shoulder on the head, and keep walking. If it's 540.
Head-
That's my max.
Head is 400 even, we'll say.
Okay. Then Min is
But you
130
you shouldn't exhaust yourself like this, like that.
Then can you keep
I
up?
can keep up. I can
Okay,
keep up.
let's roll.
Yeah, so right now, yeah, you can move your regular 30
So I have
feet
40.
there.
Yeah, I've got 40 feet of movement if I'm using my bonus action, and he's got whatever he's got. So whatever pace he's going.
You actually have to slow down for him a little bit, Min.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
He may have been moving much faster to begin with, but he has had to slow down to avoid exhausting himself further.
That's smart.
I made my rolls, but it's still a dumb idea. I mostly just wanted to get away from the area. I had a feeling there still might be mounds.
All right, at this point, roughly an hour has passed total. After an hour has passed,
Okay.
Aster and Singorn, what are the two of you doing?
Rolling the hit die to be able to actually move.
Yep.
Uh,
I believe I only had
it's D8, is that right? I think it's a
Yep.
D8 for cleric.
plus your con.
Okay.
But like the flavor wasn't.
There it is.
While you guys are doing that, let's check in on Ruslem.
6.
So, anyways, once we've had our rest,
Perfect.
uh,
Ruslem's doing great.
once we've
Such a
had our
prick.
rest, Singorn, you go ahead first. I'll pat you on the arse with a little bit of a blessing to keep your fate fortunate. And if you fall, well, please don't fall.
I had to get down.
Wait 1 second. I'm so sorry. I'm doing quick math here, and I'll be right with you.
Do we have to do anything to cross the hallway?
At this point, you've made your stealth rolls before. You know what to expect from it. You're not trying to move across quickly or anything like that. The two of you can just slowly make your way across.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely taking my time, unfortunately. I'm
Yep.
not the fastest guy.
No, yeah, you've taken my time as well. If we fall right now, I don't know if either of us can get down to the other in time. So,
Okay. Sorry, give me a second. I am. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright.
John, you do not need a monster manual right now. You're
Use-
being stupid.
Here we go. Here we are. And
right.
okay.
Ready for
Actually, you know what? No, you guys, you do your thing. Sorry, I apologize.
you ready to catch up?
Yeah. So from what I understood, the flexes is going on. Is that right?
Right. And they're about 2 hours ahead of us, so I figure. Well, they're about an hour ahead of us, so I figure. Well, I should be able to get us there in about an hour.
How?
Well, if you'll turn about for a second, Astor will kind of. You can't see it under his fur, but he blushes a little. He's gonna, as he did when he turned into a panther. He's gonna start to strip down a little, and like if you could hold on to these and not lose him.
Okay.
And Astor's gonna turn into a war horse with a speed of 60 feet.
Shit, we could sell you for like $1,000.
Hold it.
I'm just checking to make sure. I think that's the fastest thing Astor can turn into. It does
That is
look
mighty impressive. Do you understand me still in there?
The horse nods, but just goes. Makes a horse noise.
John,
Yes.
how much is the health potion?
Health potion, what? To heal? Sorry?
Yeah, how much? Yeah.
Oh,
A regular health potion, 2d4 plus 1.
yeah, it's not a lot, but it's something.
I believe that is.
It's called
Yeah.
Potion of
Oh,
Healing.
sorry. 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, 2d4 plus 2. Okay.
Alright. Give me a moment, Astor.
I'm gonna put my hand against Astor's haunch or whatever it is, and Singorn's going to mutter under his breath.
Morrigan, please guide. Please guide Flex in these trying times.
And he's going to essentially try his hardest, because he's a dwarf, to get on top of a fucking warhorse. That's not easy.
Warhorses can like sit down, can't they?
Yeah, Astor will do the best he can. Like Astor's not used to being a horse entirely. Like he's got the wild shape sort of instincts, but like it probably takes like a minute, and there's some fumbling and.
Fumbling and whatnot, there's no saddle.
Astor, do you want me to make a saddle, maybe, for next time?
The horse shrugs its shoulders and almost unseats the dwarf.
Say the words, Jeremy.
And then Astor will take off at a rapid pace.
Yeah!
You just riding them bareback?
Astor will take off at a rapid pace in an attempt to catch up to their allies, which, yeah, I believe should take a couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, you're moving at 60 feet this round?
Yeah.
They've already got an hour head start on you. They dashed heavily for the first couple minutes, but now they're moving at a rate of about 30 feet around.
Yeah.
As they continue to move, I would say
It should take
it's going to be what, like 3 hours total?
no, it's an hour. They're going twice as fast as we are. So,
But you've already got an hour. There's no way it can be an
yeah,
hour.
so it'll take them 2 hours to do. So they're gonna catch us if they started at the same time we did, at that hour, right? In the time it takes us to travel an hour, they travel 2 hours worth of time. So it'll take them an hour to catch up to us, because that'd be 2 hours for us traveled, and one for them.
I'm going to trust your math there.
If Timmy is on a train coming from
So Meanwhile, as the two of you continue forward, Flex and Min, you come to a bit of a flat spot where, once again, the ground, dry, cracked, brittle, with nothing but weeds really growing out. There is a small fissure in front of you, roughly 10 feet across, that goes deep into the ground about another 30 feet, that you would have to walk 20 feet around. On the other side of this fissure, you see a bright green mossy bed. It is the only green thing that you have seen in these plains, in these hills. This bed of moss sits roughly 15 feet wide. Roughly 15 by 15 feet, actually.
That looks like a good place to rest and get some food in us for a long night of walking.
Doesn't it seem a little out of place?
Everything's out of place here, man. I mean, there's oh wait, yeah, there's bushes that walk. Maybe that thing's gonna get up and walk.
Yeah, we should probably take a wide berth.
What are the two of you going to do?
Take a wide berth of it.
Can I have you both make a stealth roll for me, please?
Woo!
I have disadvantage on those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm exhausted.
You do.
How dare you sprint for 2 minutes?
I know I had a 14 and then I had a 3. I gotta work on my cardio, man. I cannot re-roll it even though I'm proficient because I don't have any psionic dice because I used them all. But I get 8, so 11.
Okay.
I got 22.
And so, you both move to give a wide berth around, give me a distance marker of how much around you're trying to circle away from this bed of moss.
30 feet? 40 feet?
Yeah, like 40, 50 feet. Like, definitely know that hills can move.
I want to be able to throw a dagger at it, but also maybe have room to run away if it is as fast as I am.
Okay. The two of you circle, giving a wide berth, and making your way just over another nearby hill. You continue moving forward.
Question.
Answer.
My telepathic bond lasts for... I didn't roll for it, sorry, so give me a second. 3 hours with Aster. Does it get completely destroyed when he's outside of a mile? Or does it just get put on hold? And then when he comes within a mile, it's still valid?
I would say
Radio wave.
if you break it, you break it.
Okay. Because the only thing it says is to send or receive a message, you and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other.
I think if you were no longer within a mile of each other, you would have to activate it again.
Okay, that works for me. Cool. Thank you.
So, you continue forward. Singorn and Aster, as the two of you ride out, following your trail north. Off about another 100 feet to the east of you, you see creatures moving on a hill, and they appear to be assaulting each other. These creatures appear to be attacking one another, and you hear not necessarily screams, more almost clicks, rustles, and the sound of bark being dragged against bark.
I mean, as much as Aster would love to go and investigate or like anything, like just even take a minute just getting like 600 feet off in like the other direction or whatever, and just circumventing anything at all that is interesting.
Singon will not be able to pay too much attention because he's trying his best not to fall off the back of this horse. He's also a heavy boy, so it's really not that easy to balance.
Just really get your hand deep in that hair and just like really grab onto it.
Oh, grab onto it? Yeah, hold on tight? Yeah, sure.
After some time, the two of you come to a nearby hill. And as you are making your way towards the top of the hill, you see a massive bed of moss.
I mean, it would be the same thing. Like, if it's the same, like, is it the same sort of moss stuff that they saw? Not that we would know in character.
It is a large, roughly 15 foot by 15 foot bed of moss.
On top of a hill?
On top of a hill.
A barren, craggy hill or a green hill?
It is a barren, craggy hill as you are moving your way to get to the crest of this hill. As you are approaching the peak of this hill, on top you see this bright green, almost velvety green bed of moss.
Unless it looks like the branches are, or the mounds of this moss are arrayed in like a secret druidic message, Aster's just gonna circle around like to catch up with the squad.
Make a stealth roll for me, please.
I can do so.
Do I have to as well?
Please.
I'm at disadvantage. I'm a clangy boy.
Okay.
Oh,
that is a 15.
Please do not fuck me.
I cannot cast guidance because
oh
I am
boy. Yep, and I got a 5. That's it. 16 and 5. 5 it is. Disadvantage.
As you start to make a wide berth, Aster, Horster, we'll call you.
Aster is fine.
So as Horster starts to
Aster
give
is fine.
as Aster gives a wide berth to this hill. As you give a look back, Singorn, your plates rub against, and you, as Aster goes over a nearby bump, you give a bit of a clang, and you are going to see the bed of moss breathe in and slowly start to slide down the hill towards you.
I mean, unless Aster misses this, he's gonna do the same thing he did with the planties before. As long as there's nothing in front, just take like 600 feet of distance between us and it, and then press on.
As you continue, this bed of moss has roughly a third of your speed. And even though it starts to try to slouch, scrunch, almost like a slug, bunching up, extending, and moving towards you, it is not able to do anything as you keep giving it a wider berth.
Aster would love to like raise a hoof and flip it off as he runs by, but you know, that's impossible.
All right. Some time passes, and Min and Flex,
Sarah
as you are
impossible in D&D. Sarah just said nothing's impossible in D&D.
Raise a hoof and flip off the mound. Aster snorts and paws some dirt up as he's galloping away.
As the two of you prepare, you do see, Min, Flex, as you are pausing for a moment, taking a quick break, catching your breath. Over the hill behind you, you see a figure on a horse approaching you from a distance.
Oh fuck, something's following us.
Well,
Where
unless we get too close, let's not worry about it.
With the sun currently in its direction, it's almost more of a silhouette that they are casting upon you.
Well, if we can outrun it, man, it's someone's on a horse. Maybe we should. Is there anywhere to hide?
There's not. I mean, you could try to hide around a nearby hill. Try to duck in a bit of a.
There's no bushes or trees or anything. It's just barren hills.
Yeah.
Hopefully Hopefully we're not important to them.
And as they continue to press towards you, it really doesn't take you much time at all to realize that it is Singorn on a horse.
A black horse with little white fur spots.
Now, is
Where'd
there
you get a horse?
You won't believe where I found this. It was just staying there right outside the ruins when I woke up.
Look at that.
Asta got ate by this horse.
What time you
How
guys?
are you guys doing? You're looking worse for wear. Wouldn't you want to take a break?
I think Flex seems to think time is of the essence, and I don't have any better idea that it's not. So we're gonna push on. But I could definitely use a break on top of the horse.
He extends a hand out.
Oh, I don't think we should stress Aster too much. You know, he's got a bad back.
No, it's a tag. Get here.
Aster is a warhorse. He's not like a regular old riding horse. He's a big friggin' horse.
There's a big carrying capacity there.
Yeah.
Do you know offhand what the weight that you can carry upon you, Dom?
He's got strength.
Yeah, it would be very similar to Flex's. It might be more. I don't know if like horses have a larger carrying capacity than other large creatures in 5e, because they may or may not. But regardless, it's like 150, 300, like almost 600, minus 60, 540.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They increase it when they carry when they pull a carriage. That's how they fix it for horses.
Okay.
All right, so with the four of you reunited once more, at this point, it's roughly 9 o'clock at this point, starting to 8 o'clock, approaching early evening with the sun starting to set. Is your plan to continue pressing forward? I know at least one of you has stated that.
No,
but
it's two of them.
Well, so we only have another hour before Aster sort of shies away and goes to a grove, and we'll have to turn back into a human or a furbolg.
If we are going to continue, I would like to try and take a short rest on top of the horse. If that's possible. I know sleeping doesn't seem to be possible on a horse unless like I'm like proficient in riding or something like that, but can I take a short rest?
We'll see. We will have you make...
If it
we'll have you
matters,
make-
Aster is walking, like really slowly for horse speed.
We will have you make an animal handling roll to see how comfortable you can be riding upon the horse.
Well, hopefully I don't kill him.
Could I help her? Could I be like a...
I'm not trying to sleep, so I don't really think so. It's more like
Okay, true.
how aggravated I am by the bouncing. I think would be the...
That's essentially what I'm...
True. Okay.
Yeah, sleeping, maybe you could have like prevented me from falling off the horse, but that's a nat one. It ain't happening.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can I even ride
He
the
hasn't...
horse? Can I even ride the horse with a nat one?
Min, you're going to be very sore. We'll see how good of a night's sleep you can get. But you are not used to traveling upon a horse, let alone bareback, and even though Aster is doing his best to keep this comfortable for you, you are focusing so much just upon holding on and not having your that you cannot take a short rest from that. You will not take any damage, you will not take any exhaustion from it, but you will not.
Cool. Okie dokie.
Them buck.
All right, so about another hour passes. Quiet, uneventfully, and Aster excuses himself and comes back once more as a man.
Aster will regain his clothing.
Man of the cloth, here you are.
Thank you very much. I can see why that little rope armor'd be handy.
Oh fuck! I forgot. As part of the short rest, can you like what is it? You like hold and learn an item's properties or attune to it or something?
Yes.
With the rope, potentially.
Oh.
Would Aster be able to discern its properties with a 1 hour short rest?
You're talking the rope that became armor for?
Mm-hmm.
When would you have been? You're talking like beforehand when you were?
Yeah,
When
when
we
we had that
identified it,
1
I
hour
thought.
short rest.
Yes. Yes, you would be able to over the prop. There is no attuning to the item,
Okay.
but it is elven rope armor. It is 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
Sorry, that's lie. That it is 30 feet of rope. That upon using the elven word weave, will wrap itself around the individual holding it, giving them a full set of leather armor. Upon using the word unweave, the rope will fall off of the person, becoming rope once more. You could use that as an action in combat but it would take a full action to you do one or the other.
All right.
So you can don it fast. Just the bonus.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be the most handy. It's nice when I'm shifting back and forth, I guess. But...
Sorry, just the one other property to it. Though of what appears to be a fine, almost silken rope, from your hour of inspection, it does not appear to be flammable in any type, shape. Not to say that it is fire-resistant armor, but the rope itself will not burn.
Well, perhaps we can, with this and maybe something else, or the rest of the stuff we found, perhaps we could barter for something to get Ruslem fixed up.
Well, we won't find out until we reach the city anyway, so.
Right. I would have liked a little more time to gather goods from the creatures in an attempt to make sure we're properly prepared to trade for such, or check to see if there was anything else in those tunnels that could help, but well, we're here. You doing okay, Flex? Circumstances be what they are. You look surprisingly not half dead.
He looks exactly half dead.
Exactly.
Which is still an improvement from what he was before.
Yes. But he ain't talking. Only marching.
All right.
Has Flex said any words, or did he only ever communicate telepathically?
Telepathically.
Okay. I'll tell that to Aster and Singor. If we're gonna go through the night, it may be dangerous, but it's what Flex wants, and I think Ruslem was his friend. We should respect his wishes. Try and get this. I mean, I don't know. I've heard of some magic becoming permanent, or deaths, or curses if left for too long. I think it's a good idea if we just keep going.
Out loud, Aster will say, I would just like to make it heard that it's possible that pushing on and pressing on and pushing ourselves will leave us in a poorer state to restore Ruslem on the morrow or the following days. But aside from that, it's not my decision, and that's all. I just want to make it known. As such, if we're pressing on, we're pressing on.
You can rest whenever you want.
I wish it were that way, but it isn't. So, let's carry on tonight.
Are we lighting any torches as it gets dark? Or are we having dark vision people, as in me and Singorn, take us on the path?
Is there a rule in 5e where you have to travel at half speed if you're blind?
Not a specific rule. Because if two of you would have vision, I would rule that as being able to move at normal speed because you've got two people pointing. If it was the blind leading the blind, there would likely be some penalty, but at least essentially difficult terrain, but
I mean, if it doesn't penalize us in the game world, we might as well press on in the dark. And if
the only way it would penalize you is just preventing those people from seeing anything else themselves, giving them an advantage to see something else.
Flex, do you want a torch?
Sure.
Have we seen any more of those mounds since the first time we saw them?
Since you passed the mossy bed, which you have not seen anything else.
No, sorry, the things that attacked us that we saw when I first saw Flex again.
You have not.
Okay. And we're getting close to a city, so I'm hoping that the chance of running into goblins is low. Yeah, fuck it. Aster, do you want to light up Flex's mask again for him?
I can do that as much as we'd like.
Aster will do so, infusing Flex's mask. Well, he does have to touch Flex's mask, so if Flex is comfortable with that, Aster will place a hand on Flex's mask. And you mind if I light up your mask there, buddy?
Yes.
And then, as long as Flex is cool with it, Aster will infuse Flex's mask with soft, twinkling 20-foot light, 20-foot dim light.
And we carry onward.
Yeah. Is the vegetation changing by any chance? Is it becoming less of a, like, deserty?
No,
Yeah, we're
from
getting
when
closer
you
to the mountain.
when you first entered these foothills, passing by the mountains in the first place, almost immediately from entering them, they were always rocky, arid foothills, mountainous foothills to begin with. Some lichen from the early sections of it, but almost immediately from entering them, it was desolate. There was nothing growing.
Okay. Same vista. All right.
Yes. Also, one I did not mention, but moving this way again as you continuously head east, you start to notice that same moldy smell that you smelled as you moved deeper into towards the ruins through the foothills has started to dissipate once more.
Dissipate? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the right word. I wanted to hear that word and not grow stronger.
Reapate! Can I have, Ruslem? Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
A rat comes and pisses on your leg.
They can't because he's molded, protected, thanks to Asta.
No modifiers, just a d20.
Just a d20?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Okay. All right. So, the rest of you continue forward.
Yeah, we do so.
The night goes by, quiet, uninterrupted. And you start to believe maybe that none of these creatures, you will not be attacked in anything in this night in your weakened state. And as the night grows dark and starts to grow bright once more, just as you are starting to catch glimpses of the sun on the eastern horizon, you have exited the foothills and find yourself once more at the base of the mountain from your book you will know to be Mount Renault. And as you climb up the steeper and steeper incline up the mountain road, you've come to a large set of stone steps leading to a massive wall standing over 40 feet tall. A small passageway. Oh. On one sec. Please hold. Sorry, apologies.
It's okay.
Take your time.
As you come to the base of the mountain, there are a large row of stone carved steps leading up to a 40-foot tall door. On either side of this door, you see giant carved statues of dwarves, each holding a bowl alit with a bright red flame. As you approach even closer, you can feel the heat from these flames from where you stand, even though they're a good 20 feet above your heads.
Do we make it? Do we make it?
There was a small pass, you said?
Yes, as you first believe it to be two massive 40-foot tall doors in front of you, but it is actually just a massive carved wall. Dwarvish figures, an entire mural carved into it that depicts dwarves carving and building, with other dwarves standing at the ready, massive great swords and battle axes carved. There is no monsters they are fighting, but these dwarven warriors just appear at the ready and attention as other dwarves continue to carve away.
Well, if it's not the town, Min will keep walking towards the town.
But at the base of these walls is a tunnel, just over 15 feet tall, that continues burrowing deep within the mountain itself through this wall. Sconces of light illuminate the wall, the tunnel on either side.
Is you saying it's a mural? Is it depicting a sort of history by any chance? Or it's just more just imagery?
It's difficult looking at it. It appears a little abstract. It doesn't appear to be like a specific town or cave or hall or something that is being built. Just the depiction of dwarves crafting, building, other dwarves preparing for battle. Just a mural, a collage of dwarvish culture would be the better way to depict it.
Ah, magnificent work.
Would the tunnel most likely be dwarvish made if it's near this?
Indeed, from your map, from your belief, this should likely be the entrance to Bar Gordon.
This is it.
Also, can I have the four of you make a con save for me, please?
Yep.
Oh, shit. 18, 17, and 1.
Oh shit, I got an 8. That's
17.
not terrible.
You got a what?
That's why I got a 9. I got a 9. Because disadvantage? That's pretty decent with disadvantage.
Disadvantage on these.
Yeah, I do.
20.
Oh, it's not an ability check. It's a con save.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, a save.
16.
All right, so sorry, I think I kind of heard, but Flex and Singorn?
21 for the eye, 17 plus 4 for Constitution.
And Flex?
22.
All right. Though a long night, though you find yourselves tired, you do manage to shake off any additional effects of exhaustion as you press forward. I assume you enter the passage?
Yes.
Aye.
As you step out of the passage, again, not even at this point, there is no heat of the day that has affected you yet, so still the cool of the summer night breeze. Moving down the tunnel, about 2 minutes, you come to two dwarven guards standing at the end. Their armor, the same silver and scarlet of the Aerillon guard. As you approach, they both just stick out a hand asking you to stop. Hello. What brings you here this early morning?
Greetings, and then I just point to the giant head on my back.
What is on your...
Basilisk.
You are bounty hunters then, mercenaries?
No.
Contractors under King Damokos.
I wasn't aware we had a basilisk problem. Where did you find these creatures?
Ruins about a day away.
They found us more so.
Companion got turned to stone. Does anybody here deal with magics?
We have a number of healers and alchemists familiar with petrification. We will show you to them. Please, come with us.
Thing. Wow, these guys are so much nicer than the other guards.
For now. But yeah, they're not in the capital. Who knows?
Yeah, we didn't have to pull out our piece of paper saying, "I hope you enjoy your house. Love the king."
They might be chill dwarves.
Or they could just be setting us up into a trap. Either way, so far they seem nicer.
Are they dwarves, by the way? I misheard that part.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
I don't think you misheard it. It wasn't stated. You racist. You got to know what race everything is.
No, I thought it said dwarven guards, but
You may
You
have.
did.
I wasn't paying attention. I just I don't hear race.
It's a fantasy setting.
the two dwarves in question at the gates, though, their helms, I mean, you know them to be dwarves simply from their build, though their faces are entirely covered by their helms, just great tufts of beard coming from the base of their helms, being another dead giveaway.
That's a great question. Does Sigurd have a beard coming out of his helm or no?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
He
And
might
so?
have a well-trimmed goatee.
The two
Or it's all
guards
smeared.
press forward, taking the lead. The one guard is going to reach into his bag, into his just a bag upon his waist, and pull out 2 flasks. Has it been a long day or a really long day?
Really long.
And he's going to hand you the second flask.
I'm gonna take a sip, give him a nod, and then pass it to Min.
Is it the best drink that ever existed?
She's passing it to you.
No, is it fairy fire?
It is how.
I'll take a drink. I'll take a sip as well.
Yes. Both of you taste very thick, almost syrupy dwarven mead. Almost, it gets half stuck in your throat as you take a sip. The almost caramelly but burning flavors pour down your gullet.
Ooh.
I pass it down the line. Thank you, but it's Goldfeld and nothing for me.
Fuck out of here.
It's what you say.
I fucking hate you.
What'd you say? Sorry, you
He
missed that.
said it's Goldfeld or nothing for me.
Oh, okay.
This is pre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like the family has like it was an old brewery, so the chances are could happen.
Very possible.
But I'll pass it. I won't say that, but something on the lines of like, pretty good. In Min's mind, it's not as good as Goldfeld. But I was hoping it was something magical, and it wasn't, so I'm disappointed. I'm going to pass it on.
And the rest of you take it. The rest of you take a sip.
Actually, I'll say thank you in Dwarvish, because I can do that.
Aster will just pass it to Singorn.
Not taking a sip himself.
No, he's okay.
All right. And Singorn, do you take a sip?
Oh, there's a sip? Okay.
That's a flask. You can take it. You do you.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Thank
so,
you.
after a few minutes more, they lead you out of the tunnel. Oh, who's am I reflecting in? Oh, that's yours, Tyler, now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And,
I'll fix it.
okay. Exiting the tunnel, you come to the edge of a cliff, and from your vantage point, you can look out and see an entire town before you. In front are a number of small buildings that are likely some type of residential area. Past that, a series of small shops and smiths. What's most notable about this small town is the amount of just rubble that appears to be everywhere. Pieces of rocks, chunks of granite, all about. The entire town baked into the middle of this mountain, the roof above, a good 60, 70 feet above the rest of the town. You do see some buildings that look to be demolished, caved in and crushed, with tape wrapped around them. Or tape, like a tape fence around them. Looking at the opposite end of the town, you see another stone wall with small buildings built into it 30, 40 feet up. A series of ladders and stone stairs carved haphazardly, linking one to the next. And you can see figures, single file, moving up and down these ladders and stairs. Singorn, one thing that quickly stands out to you is you do notice a tower, smaller but nearly identical in shape and construction to the Church of Moradin from Aerillon.
Mental note.
Lastly, the most prominent building is what appears to be a 3 or 4 story stone fortress, built up on wooden slats at the center of town, carved right into the side of the mountain. And this is the town that you see before you.
Shit. Made it.
I've yet to see the image.
No, I haven't posted yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are you posting the image or is it gonna be on roll 20?
Oh shit!
Oh, it's cool. Where are we?
Oh, that's dope.
You would be further south before the residential area to the south.
Southeast or southwest?
Are
Oh
we
wait,
west?
yeah.
On here, you would technically be more southwest.
Like we're gonna be coming from the southwest.
Yes, like you would be if you drew a straight line from the left corner of the map back further.
Thank you. Thank you.
The entire town is illuminated in an almost pale, near sickly green light, with sconces of light embedded into the stone walls, into buildings, on torches, almost by giving the entire place this green hue. The guards lead you down a flight of these stairs. Again, very thin, only large enough for one of you to go at a time. As you have to slowly make your way down, being careful not to trip from the sheer steepness of the hills, of the stairs. As they walk you through, you see this clearly must be a miner's town, as the amount of people, dwarves, mostly dwarves, 90% of the people you see here are dwarves. Other than that, you see a couple furbolgs, a couple tieflings, and a couple humans, but aside from that, this appears to be a predominantly dwarven population. You see a number of forges, dwarves hammering away, crafting what appears to be mostly tools, axes, pickaxes, shovels, wheelbarrows, and the like. You see smaller quarries where minerals are being stacked in place. You catch some glimpses of what appears to be sapphires or gold. As the two guards lead you further along, towards the large stone fortress. On the left, you do see another familiar sight. Another church. Almost a wave pool leading up to it, with a walkway in the center. Great stone columns on either side, crafted to look like tentacles. Leading to another chapel inside.
Nah.
And that is where the two guards appear to be taking you.
I thought you guys said that's where we're ending things, and I was like, what?
Or could we take a pause so I can get a drink?
Yes.
While he's doing that, Min wouldn't notice right off the bat, but if it's going to take us a while, do these people look like they're enslaved, emaciated, or anything in any way?
Just from your general perception, you can make an investigation roll if you would like to for a closer look.
Ooh, 6 plus something. 6 plus 3, 9.
Just from your cursory glance passing through, you do not appear anything that appears to look like enslaved people. A number of dwarves working hard, but you do not see any abuse, the crack of a whip, any individuals chained or shackled, anything like that.
This isn't Zorro? The mine in Zorro?
No.
Does
Not from your...
Aster see? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Aster.
Does Aster see any statues that look like they're petrified people?
I mean, the dwarven.
Yes. No. But looking around, you would guess no. You do see, a number of carvings and statues. Nothing appears life-size, though. And pretty much everything you see is larger than life. From individuals to shapes of animals, carvings, and the like. Everything appears larger than what would be a normal person.
And which of these buildings, sorry, was the... It was the big one that had the tentacle doorway?
If you look at the map there, right to the left of the largest building there.
The one with the stone pillars in the courtyard?
Yeah.
Oh.
That courtyard is actually covered in water with a stone walkway cutting in between.
That's cool.
Oh, it's very elegantly Agerian. I like it.
I like it. Adam Hadwin's wife, one of her friends asked her for like something from him as like a gift. He's a Canadian golfer on the PGA Tour. And she's like, yeah, like he can sign a glove for you. Like to give. And she's like, what's that? What's a golf glove? I don't know anything. And then his wife's like, oh yeah, he wears it when he hits his driver. And when he tees off. And she's like, so he only uses it twice and it's custom fitted? That's kind of weird. And she's like, no. He's like, no, he uses it probably like at least 15 times around. I don't know. I can't be wrong, to be honest. This is his wife and a professional golfer. And actually, I think they just come in small, medium, and large too. I don't think they're really fitted. And then the girl's like, crazy. Golf seems like a fine art. And then she texts her husband, who's a professional golfer, and says, do you use a golf glove any other time except when hitting a driver? And he says, every shot except putting. To his wife. And he's been a professional golfer for like a decade. And she says, wait, really? All right then. Told Steph it was only when you hit driver off the tee, lol. Like, how do you not notice?
Like, even if you're not, like, this is your husband's profession.
Like, but like, he's never taken you golfing?
Like, there's no, like, yeah, like, you're just so... Wow.
Like, there are some golfers that don't wear gloves, but like, and maybe he takes it off in between each shot, so like when she watches on the TV, she only sees him take it off after hitting like a drive, and then afterwards, like, they don't show it enough because they show the ball in the air more. I don't know, but it's just hilarious to me that like, you're married to like Canada's #1 golfer, and he's been Canada's #1 golfer for like 5 years, and you have no idea. Are you going to get snacks?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Can you get me dark chocolate with burnt almonds? Or just dark chocolate with almonds, or just dark chocolate's the #1 priority.
How you holding up there, Josh?
number 2. Almonds, number 3.
I'm doing good.
Good. How was your day?
That's all right. Usual, same old, you know.
Beauty. How did you feel after getting your shot?
I felt really tired one day, and then the next day I was fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Who
thank
here-
you, Josh. My arm felt so much better because I did all the arm raises like you told me to.
Oh yeah.
Lots of arm raises.
Who
Or-
here hasn't gotten both? Who isn't doubly vaxxed yet here?
Dom, because he's a fucking baby.
Same.
Oh, Jared too.
Do you have one vaccine though, Jer?
No.
Oh no, that sucks.
No, I'm okay.
We're gonna leave it at that for the night.
Yeah.
What? Don't put on my part in your car. Don't put a sticker on my car. Clarice is better than that.
What is
Fuck you. She used to be better than that.
Yeah.
Then somebody put sardines in her.
You.
I told
Yeah,
Natty about that a
I
while
wasn't
ago.
sure if it was Sean or Braden, but one of them opened up a can of sardines and put it underneath my seat like a month after I bought the car.
Oh no.
And I didn't find it for like 3 days.
Yeah. Do you want to know what happened? Braden did it, but I took your key.
Oh, okay, so it's a team effort. Well,
Yes.
I think I found out the garage door combination to get into your house to steal all your underwear.
Yes.
But
Yes,
Braden
you did.
was the one who froze them all into blocks of ice.
What the fuck?
Dark chocolate, you say?
God. Did you ever hear this, Josh?
No.
No, that was like right, but you guys were friends at that point, I think, because that was like second year college or first year.
It was back when Braden worked at Laser Force. Me, Tyler, and I don't know if you've met him, our other friend Matt Foster.
I never met him, no.
Yeah, we got bored. We went to Toys R Us. We bought a whole bunch of like mini Nerf guns. And yeah, and Jeff Palmer. I'm not sure if you know Palmer, another one of Braden, but he was the manager of that Laser Force. He still says it's the funniest shit to this day that like, because he got to see the security cam footage after, because all he sees is this vehicle like rip up to the Laser Force, like brake slam, like get in, and the three of us jump out and proceed to shoot up the entire Laser Force place while Braden is working with Nerf darts, and then we book it out of there.
Yeah, we shot like 100 Nerf darts and then ran away, and that started a prank war, which I think ended with your underwear. We stole all but one pair of Sean's underwear, and we froze them on ice blocks and gave them back to him a week later.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Except I don't think we didn't freeze your silk pair because we didn't know what would happen if we froze silk.
That was nice of you. All right. Everybody's back? Everybody's here?
Hello.
So, as you are brought within this church, you clearly know now to be a Church of Ager. You are brought within the halls. The entire center, a long stone pathway leading to a center altar. On either side, smaller moats. The entire walls adorned with a series of tentacles weaving in and out of each other, creating a massive and almost a little bit horrific image on either side. No squid, no face, just a massive group of tentacles with appearing no end. At the altar, just appearing to dust, maybe do a bit of cleaning, you see a dwarven woman with very short, curled red hair. She looks at you with a very bushy unibrow looking back. As she walks over to you slowly, favoring her right leg just a little bit. Oh yeah. What can I do for you? These travelers, they need a healer to fix a petrified ally friend. I'm quite sorry to hear that.
Oh, it is a bit of a journey to it, and unfortunately, I don't know exactly how it's done, but or what it costs.
Well, did you bring me the stomach then?
No. We brought a head just to help identify the creature. We don't know much about them. Are they all the same? Is it always the stomach?
She rubs her brow, pressing her temple, looking at you. She is quite pretty. She appears like she is maybe 40 years old. Her face quite thin, despite the rest of her stout figure. 40. Of course, everybody knows it's basilisk bile. That is the cure.
I'm assuming she's seen the skull of the creature, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to miss the massive basilisk head off the back of. Oh, I shouldn't say but no, I'm sorry. I've been under a little bit of stress lately. That's a little bit of. No, it.
It does look like there's something.
My name is
recently.
My name is Shari de Bolbeck. It's a pleasure to meet all four of you.
That's a mouthful. Nope, I got it perfect. You don't need to put it letter for letter.
I would. I'm sure mine and my companions, once our other feller is fixed up, we're to some extent we'd like to consider ourselves helpful citizens of whatever we can do, and if we get our other ally patched back up, I'm sure we'd be able to lend a hand with whatever it is that's going on around here, or whatever it is that's bothering your business.
She raises a bit of an eyebrow at your statement there. What have you heard?
Oh, as much as I want to lie and try to bluff that we've seen something or heard something, Aster will just say, well, I just, we've heard little word of Bar Gordum, but from the looks of it, it looks like there was some recent natural collapse or some sort of attack by something.
Oh, that's just the cave-ins. That's fine. Every once in a while, we always monitor, keep a close eye at the roof for any faults or tremors, and once we know something's going to start to go, we clear people out, make room. Things fall, buildings get damaged, and we build again. That's no worry. But have no fear, we keep a close tab on those types of things. You don't have to worry about something falling at your head at any given time. But no, to the important matter at hand. Your friend was petrified by a basilisk.
He was about a day and a bit travel, depending on how fast you move to the south and west of here by reckoning. And
Is he in one piece?
Currently in one piece, I would hope so. For our safety, we've traveled together.
Was he gravely injured before being petrified?
One of the few of us that wasn't. The rest of us were brought nigh to death's door fighting a trio of the creatures.
All right, well, you could be in luck then. If a creature is already gravely injured upon being petrified, it will not take long after petrification for them to essentially fully die. And even if we remove the petrification, it will just be a husk within. But if he was fully conscious, fully alive, then he has weeks, perhaps even months. Now, in order to cure a petrification like that, you must harness the bile from the stomach of a basilisk. It is a very careful process. I hope you did left that intact, because if the stomach was destroyed or damaged in any way and the bile leaks out, then you'd have to find. Then there's nothing you can do for it, and you'd have to find another basilisk in its case.
There's no other spells or healers, menders, or incantations that could be done without the stomach of a basilisk. No salves or tinctures.
No salves, no potions will cure full petrification. There are some spells, but unfortunately, you will not find anybody here with the know-how to. You would have to speak to members of the Academy in Aerillon, higher grade wizards or the like, who would be able to cast such spells.
Well, if it's just the vial, I'm sure you could give us the method by which to prepare it, though we'd obviously feel a lot better if we could hire somebody more proficient in this to come along with us and ensure our friend is recovered in an appropriate manner.
Well, I'm sure we can work out something there to... The last thing I would want is for the four of you to cock things up and end up with a face full of bile and a stony friend.
Aye, it's the last thing we would have wanted as well.
Well, the four of you look very tired. I recommend take some time. Say your prayers here. You've never been here before, you say?
Oh, it's our first time in Bar Gordum, yes.
If you head right back out of the church, down the long corridor of buildings to your south, third one on the left is a tavern, an inn called Blackplate. If you speak to the owner there, Torn, he will put you up for the night at no charge.
Well,
Just tell him that Shari sent you.
Well, that's very fine, but I'm sure we'll offer him something we wouldn't want to just take while we're here. But
Don't be... You may offer what you wish, but I do believe there are other amends that can be made, but I must make a couple visits first. But rest for now, and be certain that somebody within the next few hours will make their way and speak to you.
That would be very kind. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shari de Bolbeck. My name is Aster Sterling, and these are my companions. Aster will gesture. If other people want to introduce themselves with fake names, whatever they want to do.
What's Flex doing during all this? How's his face reacted to, like, finding out that there's a cure, that we have time, that they're going to come and help us?
I mean, he's wearing a mask, so can't really.
His shoulders perking up at all, or
there's no physical.
No celebration yet.
Okay.
But as she's explaining it's a cure and she's going to help, he's nodding. When she's done, extend his hand, handshake, introduce himself. Flex McMassive, ma'am, thank you for helping my friend.
No worry, it is, hopefully by the grace of Ager, that your friend will be shielded and protected.
And with that, Flex is gonna hide his kind of like, do a little bow, put his left hand behind him, and kind of just stand back and hand over hand, just the formal kind of, but covering his
Okay. Takes a little. So, are my directions clear? Black plate, south, third building on your left.
It is. Oh, thank you very much. I believe my companions and I are not in such a rush that we'll turn down such a fine offer.
All right. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to. But like I said, somebody will be in contact with you at the inn shortly. And Shari will give a little bow, and she will actually exit out the doors behind you and head back outside.
Glory be to Ager. And Aster will also make his way out with his companions potentially. One thing that Brendan has reminded me, this was a big moment last session, and I don't think Aster would have forgotten about this, but before we entered the city, Aster would have suggested that Flex hide the glove or we do something with the glove.
I think that's when he was putting behind his.
Yeah, I know, but like before we entered the city, Aster would have been like, because Aster has it in his mind that like this is a heretical object, and Dominic, while we're journeying, it's been a week, and Dominic doesn't get to see the glove, but like Aster is like convinced.
This is just So yes, do you want to have said that you had covered or like packed that away before entering the city, or even before coming close? Flex?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
also, I don't want to be that guy, but do we have to make a roll since we traveled through the night?
We did.
That's what I made you guys make a count. Yeah.
Sorry. I thought there was a spell on the doors to the place. That's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. That was your.
Okay. I was like, dwarves are good at con saves, so maybe they just laid a trap to anybody who's not a dwarf.
Yeah. No. Those were your.
Maybe it smells really, really bad in this cave. Maybe they're like a sulfur mine or something.
Yeah. I mean, as far as smells go, you do detect a series of earthy smells throughout.
But this isn't the mine, right? The mine was further north than this.
The mine appears, from what you can tell, the mines, at least parts of the mine, appear to be buried within the northern walls. If you look at the map.
Well, sorry, the guy that was selling jewelry said that all the gems came from the mine.
Yeah, there's different.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. This would not be
the mine.
The mine. No.
Okay.
The mine was to the north. Think of
it. Yes. Yes. Singorn had spoken with somebody again, and then specifically they had brought up the hollow mines. Yeah. So, as you make your way out of the church, you notice Shari is moving at a decent pace towards the fortress behind. Held up upon stone and wooden pillars, she makes her way up the stone stairs, which leads directly to what appears to be the third level of this fortress.
I'm looking at Flex. Is Flex okay with sleeping here tonight, or is he like, fuck, we know what we got to do now, I want to go do it? Or I understand we have our expert who's going to hopefully accompany us in the morning.
Well, we don't know what we're doing with the stomach bile.
That's correct. Thank you. Min's kind of been like mini naps during these conversations, so
yeah,
we'll love it.
I mean, Flex is by all accounts kind of calmed down.
Okay.
Oh fuck! Montreal won tonight.
Yeah, like 3-0. He fucking destroyed him.
4-1 final.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What do you wish to do with that trophy?
It's not a trophy.
What is it then?
It was to see if they needed it to help.
No ruffles?
They might still. Who knows? But it seems unlikely. It might be that we can keep it ourselves or pawn it for coin to pay for services required. Now, one note. Do we want to take somebody from this place to somewhere quite as dangerous, emphasis, on the ruins that we left? Or is this something we should just learn ourselves and do by ourselves?
I don't want to take any chances
I agree.
with Ruslem's life.
We cleared out the plate. It's fine.
Oh, there still might be a few things inside that are dangerous to us and others, but
We shall just
hopefully
be on
we'll
our
be...
guard.
Yes, hopefully we'll be wise enough and sneaky enough to avoid the worst of it.
Great. Sorry. But yeah, we head to Black Plate Inn.
So, as you make your way down the corridor, you walk between two rows of shops. All the buildings here appear to actually be made of a much thicker metal, almost steel exterior to them, as opposed to stone. All of these buildings, 2 stories, a couple single-story buildings. Even from the outside, looking at the roofs, you can see some dents and chunks not taken out of them, but some serious wear and tear where it looks like something heavy has struck and caved in slightly, but is not completely broken. As you approach the tavern, another metal building like these, engraved into the front of it, almost branded, is a blackened sign that reads the Black Plate. Upon entering, you find yourselves in a simple, basic tavern. You see a few dwarves. Actually, at this time of morning, it's actually packed. As you see a bunch of dwarven men and women, most of them covered in soot, ash, dirt of some sort. They all appear fairly tired, but happily talking to one another. Ale being passed around, flown around freely, a bunch of bowls of warm soups and breads placed in front of them.
Soup.
Behind the counter is a dwarven man of roughly 60 years of age, still certainly considered a middle-aged dwarven fellow. His black beard kept much shorter than most other dwarves, and his black hair slicked back and cut short, just short behind his ears. As you approach, he gives you a nod and extends his arms. Oi, travelers, welcome. What brings you to the Black Plate?
We're weary and we're looking for rest. Sherry de Bolbeck said that this was a fine place to find some rooms for a few hours to catch a wee lick of sleep before we head back out into the wilds.
Ah, well, you can't believe a word that hag says. She has terrible taste. I mean, just look at me. Oh, I suppose the joke works a little better if you know that she's my wife.
I suppose it does.
Torn de Bulbuck at your service.
Well, we might be a little short and rude. As I said, we're travelers, we're exhausted. We're hoping for some sleep, and perhaps once we've done our business back out in the wilds, we'll come back and regale you with the tales.
Aye, well, if Sherry said that you need a room, that's good enough for me. You may feel free to sit out here. I can certainly bring you an ale and a bowl of soup, whatever's left. Apologies for the noise. This is the night crew just finishing up their shift and enjoying some drinks before they likely turn in for the day.
Oh, I don't know about the others, but dregs of soup would be fantastic for me.
Well, just take a seat up at the bar there, relax a couple, and I'll bring you what I can.
Aster takes the seat, and you just watch him.
Do we have rooms?
I can put you up with at least one room. I'll see if I've got a couple for you, but I can certainly put you up with at least a room.
Can I get a bucket with hot water in it in the room, please?
Certainly, shouldn't be a problem at all.
Thank you. Once again, I always say thank you in Dwarvish when I'm talking to dwarves.
Okay, you will respond in kind.
Yeah, like, does everybody want stew, or are we just heading straight to rest?
Flex will grab some food.
As Torn brings the four of you each a bowl of soup. It is a hearty stew with a number of different potatoes, carrots, and some vegetables that are not familiar to you, but they appear to be almost a purplish in color. Mixed in. They look kind of like beets, but a little different than any beet that you've ever seen. As well as thick chunks of some type of meat in them as well.
When they let me know that the water's up there, she'll take her stew up to the room.
Okay. Oh, and just 'cause I think you had walked away just for a second there, Aster. All of the buildings in this corridor here are made of completely metal. Did you hear that part?
I did. And that brings me to two questions. First off, what is Aster sitting on?
It's a wooden stool still.
All right, Aster, as he goes to sit down, will just say, "Oh, thank you." Or sort of once he's finished his stew and he sort of remembers his presence of mind, he thanks his stool before he goes upstairs. What is he eating out of?
The bowl would likely be some kind of metal, like a copper bowl.
Aster doesn't care. He's eating his stew. Stew and spoon.
You notice, the flooring is wooden floor, but as you look up, all of the cross beams of this building are made of some type of iron or steel as well.
As Min's having her bath, Aster will do a purify food and drink ritual to cleanse his body of the metal.
I'm having a bath. I'm just soaking my feet. I just wanted a small bit of hot water.
Yeah. Torn does tell you there are 2 rooms you can stay in. He doesn't have 2 rooms side by side. They are at opposite ends of the hallway.
It should be fine.
Ashley will be in this one, and he'll be in the other one.
Whatever you need. These are here. It's your keys. View the rooms as you see fit. So, after eating some stew, a bit of bread, and returning to your rooms, are you trying to sleep for a few hours, just relax, talk? What are your plans?
Attempting to rest for Aster as best he can. His resources are tapped, and to be able to bring Ruslem back and make sure the party gets through the wild safely, he needs to be at his best, or as best as his best could be.
Oh, Min probably fell asleep like soup bowl in hand and feet in the bath.
Lex would have ate, said thanks for the food, and just gone.
So you cut out at the end there, gone to bed?
Oh, gone to, bed and chips.
Okay. And Singorn?
Bear baby? Oh, sorry. We got you.
Hi. Singorn would, he would as well, he would eat the soup. Grateful that it's a means he could eat this easily, and he's going to go and find where he could he's going to head towards the Church of Moradin, not to spend a long time, just having a look-see, seeing if he could pray there. If he can, he will pray there. was the forge. I thought the same as in the main city of Aurelian. And once he's done his prayer, essentially praying for the name of Moradin and not of what's the name again? Yager. He's going to pray for Ruslem that nothing will befall between then and that we'll be able to get him soon. And he would like to work on a project later.
Okay, yes.
Go to bed after that.
Yes. Praying at the Church of Moradin, you are greeted by what appears to be some cleric of Moradin, wearing a full plate mail and bearing the insignia of Moradin upon it, who introduces himself as Eight Paw. Is his name. Eight Paw. He is a little more portly dwarvish fellow, entirely bald save for a very small amount of red hair trimmed around in complete circles around his ears. Like literally 2 perfect circles of hair around his ears, almost like outer earmuffs around. He has a very large grin on his face, but as he speaks to you, you can smell a sharp amount of alcohol in his breath. Yeah, if you need anything, just let me know, and Moradin praise you, eh? Or you praise Moradin, that's the one.
Indeed, celebrating are we, brother?
We're always celebrating here. Just you keep being you, my friend.
I appreciate it, and I wish you the same.
Excellent.
Be careful not to... Well, hopefully Moradin will watch over you this evening if you're going to have more festivities.
Moradin watches over all of us all the time, friend. He's like this figure, right? He's there, but he's not there. Like he's around you, like the air itself. He's kind of like a ghost, but not like a spooky ghost, more like a friendly ghost that is always there for you. You know what I'm saying?
How does Sigurn feel about this priest of Moradin?
He problem is he would he's just, oh man, he's just quiet. I mean, he's just staring at him. He's tired. Lots happened. He I don't want to say that his faith is not faltering, but some of that nonsense was somewhat true to Singon right now. So he's just quietly listening into this ramble, and yeah, he's just going to be quiet, and essentially he's going to pray because he has other priorities right now.
Okay, well, goodbye. And the man is going to grab a few books and walk off.
That guy seems like the coolest Moradin follower that we've met so far.
Perhaps
Very
a
much-
less capable battle cleric, though.
Very much Singorn, like the Church of Moradin in Aerillon. At the end of the church, there is an altar, and behind the altar, there is a great forge, which you know is only for specific prayers and services to be used. It's not a traditional forge to be used. The entire setup is near identical, but probably about half the size of the one that you encountered in Aerillon.
Perfect.
And so,
Yeah. So After that, he's just going to head back towards the inn and go rest like everyone. He has something in the morning he will wish to do. He will wake up earlier than the others to go do something in the morning, however. But yes.
Well, it is like first thing in the,
Yeah.
it is like 6 a.m. right now.
Are we not full resting? I was under the impression that's what was happening.
Well,
but-
they told you, you know, go to this inn, rest. Somebody will speak with you in some time. But if you were to take a full rest right now, you'll be resting from like 6 a.m. till like 4 p.m. Sorry, one sec. I gotta make a quick call, guys. I will be back in like. I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah, fine.
Are we long resting or no, actually?
As best we can, right?
I'm long rested.
Yeah.
Well, like somebody's gonna come and chat with us in a bit, and like
That's
if they're
cool.
like,
Don't wake me up.
yeah, but if they say, hey, we need to go now for whatever reason, like I'm assuming we're not long resting.
I mean, I guarantee you, if we can get 4 hours, I'm gonna long rest.
Hmm. Suspicious.
Suspicious minds. How do they not have dark chocolate, Sarah? It's a 7-Eleven.
Read all the fucking bars.
Nothing was dark chocolate. No, like dark chocolate Kit
M&Ms,
Kats, dark chocolate M&Ms.
Well, Ruslem, has another one of these critters showed up and shattered the statue while we're gone?
I've probably been peed on a couple times. That's okay.
How are your nuggies?
Oh my goodness. Chicken nuggets. So good.
Did you get the BTS meal?
No,
No.
he hates it. I fucking was beaking him hard.
I got the Szechuan sauce and I was not impressed. But Tyler's telling me the sweet chili's where it's at.
Right, sir?
The sweet chili's pretty good.
I'll have to give it a go.
And
Nope.
the Cajun's pretty good.
Nicole and I like to we'll split a box of. She goes and buys like a box of 20 of them, and we split them.
That's the life.
Hey,
You ever done the Burger King nuggies?
No, I haven't.
So Burger King nuggies are $2.99 for like 10. So super cheap.
Damn.
Like, yeah. They're not as good as like nuggies. They're more like Costco. You know, like Costco chicken nuggets.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the breading falls off quite a bit and stuff like that.
yeah.
That's what the Burger King.
No. Their breading does not fall off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I've eaten my fair share of Burger King nuggies because they are $2.99 and they are a hot sauce conduit. That is it. Whenever I want to play hot ones on my own,
They're not bad, and if you get the right sauce for $2.99, fuck yeah, all day.
but they're solid nuggies.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to diss them. I was just trying to lay up the experience for them, because they taste like those Costco nuggies.
Yeah, no, and then Nicole got me a vanilla milkshake. So I just thoroughly enjoyed that vanilla shake.
Sounds great, but no BTS meal on the nuggies makes me kind of not want to bring your character back. I fucking ran all night for you, and you couldn't even get the fucking BTS meal.
I did it once, and I didn't like it. I didn't want any French fries, though. That's the thing. No fries.
Yeah, that's fair. And it's only a 10-piece, and you did a 20-piecer, so it doesn't work either.
Yeah, it's cheaper for Nicole and I to split like that. Split.
Your daughter's name is Victoria, right?
My daughter? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I was like, yeah, Victoria came and gave her a kiss. I just looked up at like the perfect time to see this little blonde head come into like the corner of the frame.
Yeah, she went and got her hair cut tonight, so.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
Very nice.
What a nerd.
Her hair was down to her ass crack, so it was time.
It was long.
Oh, yeah.
I know that feeling. Oh, it's awful.
I don't know that feeling, but my hair goes out. It just goes
Did you
out.
get a haircut? Because I know like last we checked, you hadn't had a haircut for like 9 months or something like that.
Who?
Brendan.
I haven't had a haircut since they locked down.
Okay, so not as long as I thought.
Yeah. I got one right before the lock.
Oh, I never told you guys what happened last Friday. We went to National, and I got hit on by a guy. It's been so long since that's happened.
Nice humble brag, nerd.
That's exactly what it is. It's a weird humble brag, but there was the guy's birthday party, and he came over to talk to us, and he's talking to us for a moment, like, you know, it's my birthday, blah 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 blah. Like, okay, cool, man. And he's like, you guys are pretty cool. And he looked at me, he's like, I like your shirt, man. Plaid, great choice. You know, like I was thinking about wearing plaid tonight, but I wasn't sure. Is that about right, Sarah? And then we talked for like another minute. I was like, no, man, you look great. Like, you know, you look good. It's your birthday. Oh, I did start it, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, he complimented me first. He said, you look good in plaid. That was the first compliment thrown.
And then
Anyway.
you guys just like sucked each other off in the bathroom when it was a great night.
No, so he left, and we weren't sure. I was like, I mean, like, he could have just, you know, whatever. And then he came back with shots for the table. And he's like, yeah, I want to see you take it. And then we knew he was hitting on me.
I think Keller was haunting squeeze.
Hello.
Yeah, every time he walked by on the like way out, he'd give me like, you know, the shoulder squeeze. So I'd be sitting here like this.
Physical touching was.
And we'd be like, oh yeah, 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 and then Sarah, do it.
On this side?
Yeah.
My cousins live in Evansburg.
No.
And there's currently an out-of-control forest fire that has had a whole bunch of people in that area evacuating. God damn it, Tyler, quit echoing.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't understand what you're saying because of Tyler's microphone.
Tyler, got an echo coming from you again, Tyler.
That's right.
Okay, we just muted him. Yeah, my cousins live in a small hamlet just like an hour and a half west of Edmonton. And there's currently an out-of-control forest fire in the area, and a bunch of people in that area are being evacuated.
Oh shit!
That's super shitty. My aunt and uncle live out there.
Yeah, it's in the Edson area. It's currently 40 hectares in size and classified as an out-of-control fire.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's been so hot and dry, right?
Yeah. So yeah, no, like my
rain for a fucking week.
Sure, yeah.
It was 30 degrees today.
Yeah, but it rained for a goddamn week.
Yeah, I know. I know. My girlfriend just saw it on the news, and she asked if I knew anything, if they were okay or not. So I literally just had to give my mom and dad a call and be like, "Hey, you heard anything?" But it's my dad's sister, so honestly, the fire would have to like be burning them alive for her to actually like fucking tell him something. So, family, am I right? So,
See that? We love you.
After about 3 hours.
Hopefully it was loud. Also, I want one, Tyler. Fuck.
What is that, Wunderbar? Oh, Henry? I can't see.
It's
Eat more?
and they're amazing. It's like less
Are you okay,
sugary and
Sean?
chocolatey than an O. Henry, but it's similar otherwise.
Uh-oh. John, are you okay, bud?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. I think it's his throat.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, but
You just want like 5 minutes?
yeah, do you want to get water maybe or something?
No, I'm good now. No, thank you, but I'm good now.
Okay.
I think. We'll see.
If at any point you need just like 5 minutes, you know.
Or you could just be a man.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah? How'd that hip surgery go?
Well, I knew you were gonna bring that up.
What about my hip surgery?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Maybe you should have just been a man and not got the surgery.
Sometimes there's things that
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Why didn't you just walk it off?
I did for like 5 years.
You did. That was a long time before you went and got it done.
Yep.
I thought that was a diagnosis issue. That's diagnosis issue because you never brought it up as a big deal. Never mind.
No. I think
So-
we just all blame toxic masculinity.
Yep.
After about 3 hours, you hear a hard knock at first the door of Min, Aster, and Singorn.
Eh.
Waking you up.
If you could get the door, Singer, and I'm kind of in my
Yeah, I got it.
blankets here.
Hello?
At the door is Torn. Oh, hello. Hope I didn't wake you, or even if I woke you, sorry. There is
No problem, Master Bulbuck.
there is somebody here to see you.
Alright, are you coming up here, or are we going to be able to have a moment to get them ready at least?
They are downstairs for you.
Thank you very much, Master Bulbuck. I shall join
And,
them shortly.
The fellow is going. Torn is going to go, and he is going to knock on your door as well. There, Flex. Repeating the same thing to you.
Cool.
There's somebody down to see you.
Flex will get up and go see his visitor.
Bleary-eyed, Aster will put on swiftly a shirt and trousers, and then just wrap the blanket around him, and just like make his way downstairs, following Singorn and Min whenever they leave.
As you make your way down, the inn has been cleared out. There is nobody else in right now. There are two figures sitting at a nearby table, and a couple other tables have been pushed together with them to make a long table that could fit 12, 16 people. The one figure appears to actually be a younger Furbolg man. Blue-furred, looking fairly young. You would classify him probably as either a late teen, early adult. He has a number of packs on his waist and a bigger pack upon his back. And he is sitting next to a very old dwarven fellow, like over 160 years old. This dwarven fellow has not but a few wisps of hair left upon his head, some wisps through his ears, but more notably than that, his face is entirely burnt. Gashes and old burn scars upon his face, and he appears to be completely blind.
Sorry, I do have a question. I thought dwarves lived until like 300 years old. Is that 160 very old?
Sorry, what did I say?
160.
260.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because I'm 150, so I was like, wait, what? Am I supposed to look like that?
No, sorry, no, God, no, yeah, no, he's 260 older, like.
Okay.
The fellow, the oldish dwarvish man speaks to you. I understand that you're far adventurous.
I'd be right.
I'm missing one.
So slow.
A friend of yours was petrified, was he not?
That's right.
Let's see how it tastes.
We one of the beasts should still be intact for us to be able to go and harvest the stomach bile, or so it were.
Yeah, well,
I can tell by your face.
we'll send a hero with you with all the regard.
Tyler, we can hear that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or send a healer with you and other few guys.
We most likely don't need guards unless it's point of standard procedure. Once we've had a night's rest, we'll be able to carry on ourselves.
Well, they send a couple with you just for security reasons.
I suppose. If it would be more, yeah, well, I suppose that's the best idea. I don't see a way around it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something. The old dwarvish man coughs and eventually grabs a handkerchief and brings it to his mouth before patting the furbolg on the arm. Hi, and apologies for the lack of introduction. My name is Dane. But, this man is Dulmus Nagasakin, Mayor and Lord of Baragordum.
What was that name again?
Bayless?
Nagasaki.
Thank you.
Dolmus. Dane. Dane's the Furbolg?
Yes.
The younger one? Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you both, Mayor and Shuva Title yourself, young Master Furbolg.
I am but a simple aide for the mayor.
Well, this is, I feel a little ashamed of my current state. We're all quite tired, and we did not realize we'd be graced with the presence of the mayor himself of Baragordum.
That's fucking Baragordum. Everybody's dirty.
Is there a time or so we should be heading out? Or do we have a few more hours perhaps to rest and prepare for the journey again?
Dane is going to put his hand on the mayor and give a bit of a nod, and at first Dulmus is going to just simply glare back at him before nodding. It is your choice, but you may leave whenever you wish. We have a healer as well as a group of guards, less for security reasons and more just of precautionary to ensure that things go smoothly, but they will bring back your friend and bring you all back here, where your friend will be treated and cared for and ensure that he has indeed made a full recovery and there are no lingering effects of the petrification. In some serious cases, those who have been petrified, even after being unpetrified, if the treatment hasn't taken properly, their arms, their limbs will not work well for sometimes months, years, or perhaps permanently after. Well, ensuring proper treatment takes place after will ensure that he is all right.
Then we owe you a great debt of at least coin, if not our service for Baragordum.
There is a service that Lord Dulmus is hoping that the soon-to-be 5 of you will do for him as payment for this service.
I'm sure his hopes will be met. We're mighty heroes by the skin of our teeth, and perhaps by a bit of cunning. We've, days folk have slain 3 basilisks, and now our services are yours to command for a time.
I could have slain 3 basilisks with my cock if I was younger.
Well, we're not quite that mighty yet. I myself am wielder of the divine arts and the arts of nature, and while I would like to push on now, I feel I will be of little use without a little more rest, as will my Priest of Moradin, our friend here, Singorn. Right, Sing? Chair baby?
Hi.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, we got you. I hear you.
Well, quite simply, we are a mining town here. Always have been, always will be. We manufacture great amounts of irons and steels that are shipped all across the land, and of course predominantly Aerillon itself. But the top grade irons, the ones used in a number of noble houses, and arms, and the armor that every guard wears, those deep tunnels have been invaded by a number of pack creatures called bullets.
Aster heard of these creatures at all before?
Make a survival roll for me.
Survival.
Being a mountain dwarf, would there have been creatures that were similar,
Survival-
like natives to same as
Survival
well?
or history?
Oh,
Definitely go for survival.
I have a 15.
You may
I
know
have a 14.
both of you would know of bullets as massive burrowing creatures. Their gaping maws are able to dig great holes and swallow large boulders whole. You, from Ordrin, are familiar with these as predatory creatures, but creatures that stand alone. That they are too territorial and that they will never travel in packs together.
And he's saying packs?
Yes.
You saying there are packs of bullets? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, like you buy at an American Walmart.
Lil.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry.
So, my lord's request is simple. We will heal and revive your friend. And in return, we ask that the 5 of you travel into the mine and deal with this threat.
I will do what we can. In comparison with a basilisk, what's a single one of these creatures in terms of prowess and capability to take down a legion?
It's already a great service to be able to help us
Well,
restore our friend.
If you can take care of 3 basilisks, then you can take care of a bone, but more than one, we're gonna be starting to run.
Well, we'll do what we can. We'll risk life and limb if you're willing to help our friend.
My lord would also like to add that doing this would go and be above and beyond simply reviving your ally, and that you would be considered great allies and friends of Bardagordum, should you be able to do this. Dolmus is going to turn and glare back at Dane, and Dane is just going to stare back at him. Alright, okay.
There are plenty of us here who would like our names to be known as saviors and helpers of the realm across for all kin, loyal and innocent. So, it's a great opportunity for which you've provided us.
Dolmus is going to slowly get to his feet, shaking the entire time. The man probably stands barely at 4 feet tall. And he is going to slowly extend a bony hand towards you, Aster.
Aster will accept and offer his in return, obviously. Give him
The man is going to take his second hand and clasp it harshly against your other hand, enclosing your hand within his. See it as it glares at you.
Thank you very much for the honor and the aid that you've offered to provide drifting strangers. So your kindness will not go unnoticed. Your honor will not go besmirched.
If you fuck it up, I'll kill you and piss on your grave.
This fire's totally turtle in this one.
The mayor offers his appreciation of your assistance.
Well, thank you very much, Lord Dulmus Nagasakum, and Dane, aid to the mayor. I'm sure we'll be leaving before dusk here. That seems like a good timeline for us. Blex, Min, Singorn.
If it could be granted, I am definitely being.
Oh no, Mint's still in bed.
Oh.
After being awoken and asked to come down, you stayed in bed?
I told Aster to when the decision's made, just I'll be ready.
All right. Well, Min and I vote we carry on at dusk.
All right.
Whatever works.
So, nice.
We rest.
Has better things to do than watch.
He's getting snacks.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding. The four of you, with the addition of another 4 dwarvish guards, with Shari in tow as well.
Oh.
At dusk, leave the city and make your way back towards the ruins once more.
How long has it been since I went to sleep?
If you're leaving at dusk, then you'll have had 8 hours.
8?
I mean, like, we can probably... Like, honestly, we could probably move on before dusk. We got there at, like, 6. Let's say we got to bed at, like, 8. We sleep till, like, 6.
Yeah, you will have all gotten a full rest before.
Does anybody not get a full rest?
It's
For
8 to
whatever other personal reasons?
Singon would take 2 hours before we leave.
Good job, rest. 2 hours?
Yes.
Right, yes.
First hours, he's going to do his ritual as he does after a long rest or a night's sleep. A blessing of the forge on his armor. So he has a +1 on the armor. And he is going to as well do blessing of the artisan for 1 hour with the metals I have. And Singorn is working on a project that I've sent to you, Shansta.
I know. Yeah.
And that is it. And then, yep, he's going to pocket stuff away and he's heading off. When,
Right.
like, that's his stuff he needed to do in the morning.
So, you make your way. Once again, southwest towards the ruins. And the trip goes by fairly uneventfully. Moldy smells fill the air. You can see packs of these blighted creatures off in the distance, but they do not make any attack upon you. And eventually, after a rest, the following midday, you find yourselves back within the ruins once more, making your way down to the foundation where Ruslem once lay. As you finish climbing the stairs and get to the base, at the bottom, there is a massive pile of rubble, stones. Beside that pile of rubble and stones is the statue of Ruslem.
Is the corpse of the basilisk still there and fresh-ish?
Yes. Nothing appears to have been down here, the creatures do not appear additionally devoured. And so, after some time, Shari gets to work. Getting the help of the guards and any of you, if you assist. She asks
Lex is going to be very much involved.
All right. Shari is going to start giving you orders, Flex. Here, just make the incisions right here.
Whatever she says goes.
All right. Can I have you make an attack, 2 attack rolls for me, please?
Nat 20 and a 15 on the dice. So 20.
All right. She asks you to be very careful upon now. You gotta slice right here, because if you don't slice here, if you go too deep, you're going to puncture the sack. And this is all for naught. But as you get to work carving, soon she is going to, with gloved metal hands, reach into the carcass of the basilisk and pull out of this sack. She then gets to work, and Aster, you would likely be curious watching with intent here.
Mm-hmm.
As she starts to slowly, with a knife, peel off the outer layers of the stomach, layer by layer, until finally the last layer, leaving just a very thin membrane. She is going to take a bowl, and tilting the stomach, the bile is going to pass and slowly drip through the membrane of the stomach walls into this bowl, drop by drop. This whole process from the beginning of the incisions to the drops is going to take about another hour and a half, until finally she has a bowl with about a solid liter of bile within it. She is going to take it, she is going to slowly stir it, and then, creating a small fire, she is going to boil it. And then let it cool again. Sweat dripping down her brow. Is going to... Alright, it should be ready here. And she is going to get to work taking a small brush. She is going to start to slowly coat Ruslem from head to toe. Starting from the base of his head, top of his head, and working down. She is going to essentially paint him, followed by a second layer, followed by a third. And now, we wait.
We wait?
All we can do now is wait, let the bile soak in, as the stone layers will start to disappear. 15 minutes passes. Another half an hour passes. An hour passes. Until finally, the stone, starting from the hand, is going to start to twitch and begin to curl, with flecks of stone starting to fall off, revealing furred fingers beneath. The same is going to happen at the knees as they start to bend, breaking from there. And then, all at once, with a mighty roar, Ruslem is going to cry out. With a mighty roar, Ruslem is going to cry out.
I just, sorry. I had to,
What is this, gargoyles?
Please say that's in character. Please.
No basilisks.
Shari's going to take a step back. Friend, you are safe. There is no monsters here. Your friends are right. Your friends are right here.
What happened?
Well, I have some questions for you about the battle, but...
Flex, what are you doing right now?
He's gonna get a big hug.
You've been, stoned for a couple days. Are you feeling okay?
Couple days? Oh, it feels like mere moments.
You face death and come back.
Death? It felt
You
like
return
I
back
only...
to the earth.
It felt like a blink. Nothing more. No, wait. Did you say 2 days?
It's been a while. A harrowing journey.
Felt longer, to be honest.
Well, I hope you didn't have to go through too much trouble for me.
No trouble.
And then I'm gonna turn over and look at Flex because I don't think I fully understood the hug at that first point, and I'm gonna give him like a big like squeeze and like pick him up.
Easy now.
As you go to pick him up, you do. Can you make an athletics roll for me with disadvantage, please, Ruslem?
Oh.
I don't even have my character sheet.
just make 2 d20 rolls for me right now.
Thank you.
I did. I got a
7.
16 and a 17.
Okay.
So I got 20. I got 20.
Regardless, yeah, from both of those, you do feel a little stiff at first. Like your limbs do feel a little robotic-y stiff to move, but
Yeah.
you're still able to fully grip around and give Flex a lift.
I missed you, brother.
But you just said it's only been a moment.
I know, but it could have been much worse. So it's good to see your face.
It's good to see you too, young lion. Glad you made it through just fine. It's a little scary there for it.
Dari, are any of the rest of these critters, is anything else of use for perhaps the city? We noticed their spines are nearly indestructible, or one's got a couple intact eyeballs, scales.
We might harvest some pieces of this. I wouldn't mind investigating the rest of these ruins, but perhaps another time.
Right. We've plundered most of what's good. There's a suit of armor up there, almost rusted away, but it might be of historical significance. We haven't, for obvious reasons, investigated these critters' tunnels. If we wanted, I could send a little owl down there to take a look for us now, so that we don't have to risk ourselves for it.
Yeah. Whatever you say. I mean, if anything, we may just make our way back, as you have some monsters to kill now.
Yes, Ruslem. In this moment, we have made a deal to essentially help cleanse the mines up to the north that you shall see of a bullet or more threats.
What?
Oh, we're gonna slay land sharks.
Well, it's the least I can do.
That's the least we can do.
Thank you, Aster.
I thank Flex. He's the one who carried the head all the way and was the one who set off first.
Flex, how are you? How are you looking right now? When others are looking at you right now, what do they see?
They see a guy that's finally stopped tensing up. He's relaxed for the first time in a few days.
All right.
It's a good day.
Great to see. And what about you, Singorn? I know with your helm, but how is Singorn reacting right now?
Singorn is relieved. He's definitely happy to see Ruslem back. He's a lot of times he's in his head, he's questioning a lot of things going on in these lands and his faith. He shouldn't be. But unfortunately, due to the mask, or I should say the helm, difficult to see his face, but his eyes are darting all over the place. Oh, of course, when he's just he's relieved. Really, it's difficult to explain.
Quick question.
Yes.
When I went under, I had 46 hit points. What am I at now?
You have your same amount of hit points.
Okay.
You have suffered 2 levels of exhaustion right now.
Okay.
But nothing worse than that. As you appear, you can still move your fingers. You can grip an axe as you could before. You do not appear to have any lingering, potentially crippling disabilities. And
Bent swords.
Bent swords. With the 5 of you reunited once more, we will end our session there tonight.
Yay, we saved him.
We liberated Ruslem. Campaign over.
Yeah. Well, no.
No, Jared, it's over. The liberation of Ruslem is done.
Yes.
Oh.
Aerillon's a fucking greedy bitch.
Who is a greedy bitch?
Aerillon.